new members.
Parents of learners, when your name is called, please meet your senior player at half court when announced. The first senior, Trey Bucci, son of Angela Bucci. Justin Curtis, son of Andrew Dagger, son of David Jordan Knight, son of Sue and Curtis Knight. Kyle LeBoyne, son of Andrew Anthony Porcelli, son of Joe and Joe Porcelli. Evan Stolzman, son of Kurt and Paula Akarish Terrell, at this time, congratulations. A 10-minute warm-up will now resume. We have a large crowd. The action space will hold.
Now it's nice to recognize Simon Luces, at guard, number 32, Tom Bush, at guard. At guard, number 11, Rob Armstrong. At guard, number 24, Logan Miller. At guard, number 23, Jamie Davidson. And at guard, number 34, Stephen Carter. And now for the Hornets, at guard, number 22, Jordan Knight. At guard, number 11, Trey Bucci. At guard, number 22, Kyle LeBoyne. At third, number 24, Andy Dagger. And at third, number 15, Justin Davis. Please stand for the national anthem.
welcome viewers to Hometown Cable's presentation of CVAC Boys Varsity Basketball, coming to you from Barker Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Plattsburgh High School in Plattsburgh, New York, on this Tuesday evening, February 15th, 2011. This is the final regular season game for both teams. The Cougars of Northeastern Clinton are visiting the Hornets of Plattsburgh High. This is a marquee matchup in the Division I CVAC, with the Cougars coming in undefeated and Plattsburgh High with only one loss, so this one's all for bragging rights atop the Division I standings of the CVAC. And we're just underway. Kyle Lapointe has a drive down the lane and has his shot rim out. Rebound goes the other way. Miller drives the lane and gets his shot blocked. Here comes Knight the other way. He drives the lane, puts up a shot, it's a little bit short. Lapointe gets the rebound. He can't finish. It's on the ground and kicked out by Favreau, and the Hornets will reset. This is Bucci with it. He gives it over for Knight. On the court for the Hornets is Kyle Lapointe, number 22. Jordan Knight, number 23. Number 11 is Trey Bucci. Number 24 is Andrew Favreau, and number 15 is Justin Curtis. For the Cougars, we have number 23 Jamie Davis and number 24 Logan Miller. This is Tom Bedard, number 32. Gives it back for and that's Davison. He gets his ball. Comes up short on the three. Thought it was tipped, but he's not going to get that call. Also on the floor for the Cougars, number 11, Rob Armstrong, number 44, Stephen Carter. So we're a minute and 15 seconds into the contest and still no score. There's Favreau in the paint, kicks it back out. This is Lapointe. He looks to penetrate, but gives it back over for Knight. Knight off the screen, gives it for Curtis. Shot clock down to 6 seconds. Knight launches up a three. That hits the front of the rim, and Armstrong clears the rebound, but it hits the ground. Lapointe comes up with it. A long pass up for Thomas Bedard. He pulls it back out. Carter inside. His shot short. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. So the big man for the Cougars answers down at the other end. We got a capacity crowd on hand here at the Barker Memorial Auditorium, or Gymnasium. During that little fray, Logan Miller throws the ball away, and Justin Curtis was able to pick it up and convert. Bucci, I'm sorry. Here's Miller for three, knocks it down. Davison goes for the steal, ends up with a loose ball, lobs up for Armstrong. Armstrong takes it to the hole. Nice circus move, but it can't finish, and it's going to stay with the Cougars. So we got some, as expected, end-to-end action here early on. With here's Davison for three. That one's short. Lapointe with the rebound. He comes the other way. He drives the lane, puts up a shot. That's short as well. Gets his own rebound, but it's on the floor. And a scramble for it. Armstrong comes away with the loose ball. Here's Miller up for Bedard. Bedard squares it up, banks one off the glass. Cougars jump out to an 8-4 lead thanks to a couple of three-point shooters. Again, Cougars with their patented 2-3 zone. Hornets are keeping it on the perimeter, looking for something, something to open up for them. This is Bucci. Again, the shot clock under 10. And Lapointe's going to get called for the travel. So that'll be a turnover by the Hornets, and the Cougars with an opportunity to extend that lead. We're midway through the first quarter of action, and a lot of action it's been. Here's Carter, short range, and that one's short. LaPointe with the rebound. This is Favreau. His shot's in and out. Nice rebound by Jordan Knight, and he's going to get fouled. Good position by Jordan Knight for the offensive rebound, and Stephen Carter is going to pick up his first foul. That'll put Knight on the line to shoot two. 3:46 remaining in the first quarter. And Knight's first foul shot is good. Officials for tonight's contest are Mr. Dyer and Mr. Roberts, two veteran officials working a big contest. That second foul shot comes up a little bit short, but Favreau works hard to get the offensive rebound, so the Hornets will get another opportunity. Favreau's shot is in and out. Curtis on the rebound, and LaPointe puts it back up and in. Cougars getting beat on the boards on that offensive end. Gave the Hornets enough opportunities, and they finally scored. There's a steal by Bucci. He takes it in and lays it in off the glass. And we got a timeout on the floor, so with 3:12 to play in the first quarter. The Hornets have come from behind and now claim a 9-8 lead. All right, Pokes out of the timeout. Cougars with the ball. They will reset. Hornets showing a little bit of pressure. There's Miller. He squares up for three. Knocks it down. It's 2 for 2 for Logan Miller from three-point land. This is number 30 is Ethan Votraz checked in for the Hornets, also as well as number 20, who's Anthony Porcelli. So Coach Hartman going to the bench early here. Votraz tries to push one inside, gets broken up by the Hornets. I'm sorry, by the Cougars. This is Davison. He penetrates. He's off for Armstrong, and we got a foul on the floor. That's going to go against Favreau underneath. A foul away from the ball. And it's going to be the first team foul against the Hornets. There's a little scramble, but the Cougars end up with the ball. Davison's shot as a three-point attempt as the clock was expiring hit the front of the rim. Votraz with it, gives it over for Bucci in the corner. Here's Knight. He penetrates, gets the ball slapped out of his hand. It's on the ground, and we got a jump ball. And the Cougars will take over on the alternating possession. So we got just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Davison will give it over for Miller. Here's Davison. Spins, gets his shot blocked, and we got a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Jamie Davison, and swatted the ball out of Jordan Knight's hand. The second team foul, first foul on Davison, the second team foul for the Cougars. And the Hornets will have the ball, trailing by 2. Here's Knight. That one goes off the side of the rim, but Votraz with the rebound. Hornets are getting a tremendous amount of second opportunities here in the so far in the first quarter. Here's Bucci, drives the baseline. Doesn't have anywhere to go with it, kicks it out. And Knight makes a nice play to save it. He drives the lane. This is Votraz. Again, the shot clock is at 10. Votraz puts up a three. That one's long. And Miller can't handle the rebound. Votra pulls up again. Knocks down a 2. Just about all of their points so far have come off of second chance opportunities. So the Cougars are going to have to do a little better job on the defensive end, where Jamie Davison knocks down a 3-pointer for his first points of the game. Puts the Cougars up by 3 with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There's Bucci with a reverse layup underneath. Give him 6 points, and the Cougars can hold for the last shot of this quarter if they so desire. This is Miller. Davison chucks up a 3, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. So after 8 minutes of play here at Barker Memorial Gymnasium at Plattsburgh High, it's the visiting Cougars 17, the hometown Hornets 13. Alrighty, folks, we are ready for the second quarter action here for Barker Memorial Gymnasium. In this much anticipated matchup between the two best teams in the CVAC Division I. There's a home run pass up for Carter, who converts. Nice look by Rob Armstrong to find a big guy down on the other end. Cougars extend their lead to the largest margin of the evening so far with a 6-point lead. That goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover by the Hornets. Nice hustle play there by Jamie Davison to grab that ball and throw it off one of the Plattsburgh players. Well, the Hornets turn the ball over, and here's the Cougars have an opportunity to extend that lead. Here's Bedard with it, short range jumper, and that one's good. 5 points for Thomas Bedard. Cougars, by the way, are 100% from behind the arc at this point. 5 for 5 from behind the arc between the three players. But we try not to mention that too early because it's a lot of game to play here. Here's LaPointe. He gives it back for Knight. This is Bucci. Again, the Hornets keeping it on the perimeter. Bucci leans in, puts up a shot that doesn't hit anything, and Carter gets the rebound. This is Armstrong. Looks to penetrate. Pulls it back out. Armstrong hammers one off the glass, and it won't go. Carter gets the offensive rebound and gets fouled on the way up. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is on Justin Curtis. That's his first, and Coach Hartman wants a 30-second timeout. All right. We're back at it here out of the timeout. Stephen Carter's at the line. First foul shot is up and good. Second one's on its way, and that one's good. 6 points for Stephen Carter in a very balanced scoring attack so far by the Cougars. There's Bucci, kicks it out for Knight. Votra squares up. That one's going to come up short. Ball bounces around. It's on the floor. Carter knocks it loose, and Davison comes away with the loose ball. Here's Carter off the glass. That was a little too hard. LaPointe with another nice rebound. Here comes Knight down the floor, and we got a foul on the floor before the shot. Looks like it's going to go against number 31. We don't have a 31 out there, so I'm going to... Okay, so if we get that corrected, the foul goes against Thomas Bedard. It's going to be his first. Once again, the Hornets working it on the perimeter, looking for some way to make something happen. Bucci gets his man off the... there's a pass inside for Votra, and that shot won't go. Carter grabs the rebound. Here's Armstrong, his turn for three. Knocks it down. And we got a timeout on the floor. So with 5:18 to play in the first half, the Cougars have opened up a 13-point lead, 26-13 on 6 for 6 shooting from three-point land. Okay, we are back at it out of the timeout. The Hornets with the ball, trailing by 13 with a little more than 5 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Votry, kicks it over for Bucci. Bucci, same thing, gets his man off his feet, drives by and kisses one off the glass. This time he converts. Trey Bucci with 8 points to lead all scorers at this point. Davison, as he get it inside for Bedard, passes a little bit too crisp and goes off his hands. That'll be a turnover by the Cougars, and the Hornets come back the other way, seeing if they can't chisel into that deficit quite a bit. Here's Favreau from the foul line. He gives it back out for Bucci once again. Bucci drives the lane. His shot blocked by Bedard. Carter with the rebound, and he gets fouled. It's going to go against Ethan Votra. It's going to be his first, team's third. There's Davison with it. Inside for Carter. Carter backs himself in and converts there. 8 points for the big senior, playing his last regular season game of his stellar career. And the Hornets keeping the ball on the outside once again. That's going to go out for Knight. Knight chucks up a three and knocks it down. 4 points for Jordan Knight. Here's Miller. Davison. And that lob, Favreau had that one played pretty well and picks off the lob. Here comes Knight the other way. And he scores. So the Hornets have trimmed that deficit down to 8 points. And there goes Miller, hits the deck. Looked like that might have been a foul, but we get no call. Knight converts on the other end. Here comes Armstrong the other way. And there's another turnover by the Cougars. So the Hornets on a bit of a run here. Got a chance to get it down to 5 or 4 if they can nail a 3. There's LaPointe. He muscles his way in. Can't convert on a couple easy chippers. And Carter gets the rebound finally. There's Miller. Dumps it off for Carter. Carter with the short one. Nice play there by the Cougars to distribute the ball well, and Stephen Carter's hit double digits now with 10 points with 2:15 to play in the first half. Here's Bucci, puts up his shot, knocks it down. 11 points for Trey Bucci. And that shot won't go, but he'll draw the foul. So Davison on the drive will get to the line. Exactly 2 minutes to play in the first half. The foul is going to go against Jordan Knight. And Jamie Davison will be at the line to shoot too. First one is up and good. And we got got a substitution. Justin Curtis will check back into the game, and Kyle Lapointe will sit. And the second one is good. 8 points for Jamie Davison. Here's Favreau on the inside. Nice soft touch off the glass for his first 2 points of the contest. Here's Armstrong. He knocks down a three. Cougars are still perfect from behind the arc, and it's been certainly keeping them in this game as the Hornets are having their way at the other end at this point. Justin Curtis off the bench, just recently off the bench, scores his first 2 points of the contest. Cougars with a 6-point lead. Miller drives, and we're going to have a foul on the play. Justin Curtis is going to get called for the foul. There's Bedard, gives it for Miller, inside for Carter. Carter gets his shot blocked. Here come the Hornets back the other way. Bucci drives and puts in a left-handed layup. 13 points for Trey Bucci. We're under a minute to go in the first half. Here's Bedard, and he draws the foul. And that's going to go against Knight. His second. And it'll put Tom Bedard on the line to shoot two with 38.1 ticks left on the clock here in the first half. Cougars with a 4-point lead. Bedard makes the first one. Kyle Lapointe is going to check back into the contest. Favreau will get the rest for the remainder of the half. Bedard's second one is up and rolls off the rim. Bucci with the rebound. And the Hornets will have about a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so they will have to take a shot, but Bucci's going to hold it down to probably around 8 or 10 seconds to go. This is Bucci. He penetrates, kicks it back out. Botrop puts it inside for Curtis. And they're going to get called for the shot clock violation. So good hold there by the Cougars, and there's 1.7 seconds left on the clock. Cougars with a 5-point lead. This is Armstrong. He chucks one up and it goes into the crowd. So after 16 minutes of play here at the Barker Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Plattsburgh High School, the visiting Cougars 36 and the host Hornets 31. Oh, we are on the air. So, okay, folks, we're ready to get back at it for the second half of action here at Plattsburgh High School for this marquee matchup of the two leading best records in the Division I. Cougars come in with an unbeaten record, and the Hornets come in with the one loss, that one loss being to the Cougars when they met up in Champlain earlier in the season. This is the final regular season game for both teams. Sectionals will start next week. And that ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover. So the Cougars will get it back after turning the ball over on their end. And just like the first half started, both teams are coming out fairly tentative. This is Davison drives, puts up a shot, and we're going to have a foul underneath the basket. That's going to go against Curtis, it looks like, and he's going to pick up his third foul, I believe. And no, his second foul. Not sure. There's Carter, converts on the inside. 12 points for Stephen Carter. He had 10 in that first half. So to start the second half for the Hornets, we have Jordan Knight, Kyle LaPointe, Trey Bucci, Justin Curtis, and Andrew Favreau. For the Cougars, Favreau puts up a shot, comes up short. But Curtis digs out the rebound. His shot won't go. Bucci gets the putback. 15 points for Trey Bucci to lead all scorers. As I was saying, for the Cougars on the floor for the Cougars are the same five that played the whole first half. There's Miller with a circus shot, gets contested, and LaPointe comes away with a rebound. Sends it over for Knight. Knight brings it out to the front, kicks it back over for LaPointe. He drives the lane, works in against Carter. Carter can't handle the rebound. Curtis gets the offensive rebound and a putback and draws the foul. It's going to go against Rob Armstrong, and that's going to put Justin Curtis on the line to see if he can convert the old-fashioned three-point play. It's just the fourth point of the night for Justin Curtis, but he's been doing a heck of a job on the glass, both on the offensive and defensive end of the court. I haven't been keeping track of his rebounds, but I know he's been doing well. That's 5 points for Curtis as they get that lead down to 2 points. Bedard sends it back for Miller. Miller squares up for three, and he misses a shot but gets fouled, so he will go to the line to shoot three. That is the first miss of the night for the Cougars. So Logan Miller will be at the line to shoot 3 free throws. Makes the first one. Second one's on its way, and that one comes up short. And Miller will line up for that third one. And that one's good. 8 points for Logan Miller. This is Bucci. He looks to penetrate and gets fouled out front. Looks like it's going to go against Miller, and it'll be his first. Says team second, but I think it's only our first foul. As Bucci gives it back in for Knight on the baseline. He's got nowhere to go. Curtis, he spins around. His shot comes up short, and Carter rebounds. This is Bedard. Penetrates, puts up a shot off the glass, and gets the friendly roll. 8 points for Thomas Bedard. And the Cougars still in that 2-3 zone, keeping the Hornets on the outside. LaPointe thinks about it. This is Favreau. He gets his pass blocked. Davison on the feed, takes it in, backs in, and he's going to get called for the charge. And I can't agree with that call. That's going to be 2 on Davison, and it'll be a turnover. That doesn't matter though. The defensive player was moving on the other end, so this is Votra kicks it out for Knight. Knight knocks down the 3, puts him in double digits with 11. Pass is going to go out of bounds, so there's a turnover by the Cougars. The Hornets with a chance to pull even with a 3 on this possession. This is Favreau at the elbow, gives it for Votra. Here's Knight, he chucks one up, that's a little bit long. Carter hauls down the rebound. And he gives it over for Armstrong. Here's Carter in the center. He pulls in and knocks it down, but I'm going to call the foul on the floor. It's going to go against Favreau. It'll be his third. And the inbounds pass almost gets taken away, and Favreau once again makes a nice defensive play there. And Davison's going to get called for the hold out front. That's going to be 3 on him. The Cougars starting it in a little bit of foul trouble here with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Knight penetrates, puts up a wild shot that doesn't go. Armstrong can't grab the rebound. Knight does. So the Hornets will reset. This is Bucci with it. Now for Votra. Back for Bucci. He thinks about it. Looks to drive that baseline again, but puts it back out for Knight. Knight's had the hot hand so far here in the second half. Here's LaPointe. Sends it over for Knight. Back in the corner for Bucci. Here's Favreau. That shot blocked, but we only got 5 on the shot clock. And Knight knocks down another 3. We got a tie score. Here's Armstrong, drives the lane and knocks it in. So the Cougars come down the other end and score to go up by 2 again with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. Knight will penetrate. A little circus shot doesn't go. Bedard with the rebound. Gives it over for Miller. This is Armstrong. He takes it to the rack. Goes up a little bit too strong. But Carter gets the follow-up. And we got a timeout on the floor. So with 3:18 to play in the third quarter, the Cougars are up by a 4-point margin, 46-42. All right, out of the timeout. Hornets with the ball, trailing by 4. Knight has had the hot hand here in the second half. I'm sure they're going to try to get the ball to him and get an open look. Here's Votra. He knocks that one down. 4 points for Ethan Votra. Miller working against LaPointe. Gets it across the timeline. Here's Davison off the screen. Nothing there. Lobs it in for Carter. Gets it knocked out of his hand. Gets the ball back. Makes a nice move there to pick that ball up and come in from the left side. Votra. Here's Knight. We got to close out on him quickly. And that one comes off the glass. Carter with the rebound. And the Cougars hold on. There's Davison. That one comes up short. Carter with the nice offensive rebound and the putback. That's 18 points total, 8 here in the second half for Stephen Carter, who's having himself quite a half here so far. Or a quarter, I should say. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Votra, goes into the lane, and his shot comes up short. Miller with the long rebound. Again, inside for Carter. No stopping him at this point, and Coach Hartman wants a timeout. So with 1:32 to play in the third quarter, the Cougars will push the lead to 8, 52-44.
But we've had a lot of
lot of kids in the CVAC in.
Getting tired, he's on his knees.
All right, we are out of the timeout, and the Hornets have the ball. A minute 30 to play here in the third quarter. There's Bucci with it. He was hot in the first quarter, or first half. It's been all Jordan Knight so far. Here's Votra. That shot short. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to get held up. The Hornets will have it on the alternating possession. There's Bucci. He thinks about it, pulls it back. There's Votra. Gets that shot contested. It's up in the air. Curtis has it on the ground, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. Looks like we're going to have a timeout call here, and the foul is going to go away. So that works. That works in favor of the. That works in favor of the Cougars, as Stephen Carter looked like he was going to be picking up his third foul, and we had a timeout on the floor. So. All right, so after all that, the Hornets will inbound. And this is Bucci. He drives. And that time he's going to get the foul. I don't think he's going to get away with that one. That's going to be 2 on Carter. That'll put Bucci on the line to shoot 2. Good. Been fairly quiet in this quarter. Again, 13 points in the first half, but only 3 so far in this half. And that second one is up, and that rolls off the front. Carter with another rebound. The Cougars with the ball and a 7-point lead. There's Miller. He's hot in the first half, and he's gone cold a little bit here in the second half. There's going to be another foul against Carter. So quickly he picks up his second and third foul here with less than 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Hornets are able to hold for the last shot of the quarter. And they're once again trailing by 7. This is Bucci with it. Gives it over for Knight. Knight puts up the 3. Knocks it down. Davison chucks one up, goes off the glass, and the clock winds down. So after 3 quarters of play here at Barker Memorial Gymnasium at Plattsburgh High, it's the Cougars 52, the Hornets 48. All right, we're back to action here for the final quarter of this CVAC Division I contest. There's Davison. His three-pointer comes up a little bit short. Carter with the offensive rebound. And he draws the foul. That's going to go against Justin Curtis. And that's going to be 3 against Curtis. I think Curtis thought he had a good block there, but referee Roberts thought otherwise and calls the foul. Carter's first shot rolls off the side of the rim. And second one's on its way, and that's good. 21 points for Stephen Carter. There's Bucci. We're going to get a foul on the floor, and that's going to go against Davison. That's going to be his fourth. They can ill afford to lose their point guard, I would imagine, but we'll see before he actually goes to the bench. And it's going to put Trey Bucci on the line to shoot 1-1 as the Cougars have reached the 7 foul limit, so the Hornets will be in the bonus for the entire quarter. Bucci's first foul shot is good. That'll give him 17 points to lead the Hornets. And the second one, it's on its way. And that one's good. The Hornets have cut their deficit to 3 points, and the Cougars up by 3 with the ball. Davison in no hurry to get the offense going. Here's Miller. His shot comes up short. And here comes Bucci the other way. And we're going to get a travel called. Jamie Davison, nice defense on that end, especially with 4 fouls on him to contest that drive, and Bucci gets called for the travel. And the pass is a little bit too high for Carter. Get turned over. Here come the Hornets back the other way. This is Bucci. Gives it for Knight. That time it's short, but Curtis is there with the offensive rebound. Seven points for Curtis on that play. Cuts the Cougar lead down to 1, but Don Bedard hits a 2-pointer. That's 10 points for Bedard to break into the double-digit column. Here's Curtis. Takes it baseline. Goes reverse layup, but won't go. Gets his own rebound, and we got a held ball. Once again, the Hornets will have it on the alternative possession. There's Bucci. He's going to check up the 3. Knock it down. 21 points for Trey Bucci, and we got a 30-second timeout on the floor. So 6:16 to play in the fourth quarter. We got a tie ball game, 55 all. So out of the timeout, the Cougars with the ball, and we got a tie ball game. Number 22, Kyle Lapointe, has checked back into the game for the Hornets, as well as number 30, Ethan Botrow. There's Davison. That one goes. Cougars were struggling a little bit here in the second half from behind the arc. They were a perfect 7 for 7. In the first half, and limited success on the second half, but we got a foul on the drive there. Logan Miller gets called for the foul. Excuse me, and Trey Bucci will be at the line once again to shoot 1-1. We got 5:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. And Bucci makes good on his first. Second one is on its way, and that one's good. 23 points for Trey Bucci to lead all scorers at this point. He's having a heck of a night for Coach Hartman in his final regular season contest. Bedard kicks it back to Armstrong. Armstrong for three. That one's a little bit long. Bucci with the rebound. And here come the Hornets back the other way. Bucci drives, puts up a shot. A little bit too strong. But the point is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. And the Hornets go up by one. It's 6 points for Kyle LaPointe, one of their bigger scorers. Miller's three-point effort there goes a little bit long. Bedard's going to get called for the foul out front. So once again, that's going to put Trey Bucci at the line to shoot 1 and 1. So we got exactly 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, and Hornets have gone up by a slim 1 point lead with a chance to stretch that out to 3 if Bucci can make good on these free throws. It's going to be 19 fouls on the Cougars, so be 2 shots from here on in. Bucci rattles the first one home. Cougars need to see if they can calm things down a little bit. Start working that ball back inside, and we get a timeout on the floor. So with exactly 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, the Hornets have jumped out front, 61-58 margin. All right, folks, out of the timeout. We are back at it. Here's Armstrong with it. He's back out for Bedard. Miller. Davison. Here's Armstrong with it. Tries to get it in for Carter, but Curtis makes a nice play there to break that up. And the Hornets bring it down on offense. Votra gets it in for LaPointe. LaPointe feeds Curtis. Gotta be a call on that. Curtis gets the ball back and converts. There's Armstrong, gives it back out for Davison. There's Bedard with it. Davison for three. That one's short. Bucci with the rebound. Hornets come back the other way, up by 5 at this point, looking to stretch that lead. Cougars have come up empty a couple of times down the court. Bucci drives the lane. And this time we got a held ball, so the Cougars will take over on the alternating possession. Here's Bedard. Puts it off the glass. Votra with a long rebound. Knight drives the lane. Drops one in. And we got a timeout on the floor. So with 3:26 to go, the Hornets have extended their lead to 7 points, 65-58. Okay, we're back at it, folks. 3:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Guard for Armstrong. Armstrong's short jumper goes in. 10 points for Rob Armstrong. There's Bucci. Gives it over for Knight. Here's Votra inside for LaPointe. LaPointe tries to muscle his way in. Carter pulls down the rebound. There's Davison, gives it in for Carter. Back for Davison. Here's Bedard. Miller. Davison gets it in for Armstrong. Bedard thinks about it. Gives it back for Armstrong. Here's Davison. Armstrong drives the lane and draws the foul. Nice drive by Rob Armstrong to penetrate, and Justin Curtis is going to pick up his 4th foul. Rob Armstrong will go to the line to shoot 2. First one's up and good. Andrew Favreau checks back into the contest, and Curtis will sit with the 4 fouls. Favreau also has 4 fouls, I believe. Armstrong's second one won't go, and the Hornets control the rebound. There's a turnover by the Hornets, and the Cougars get the ball right back. This is Bedard with it. Here's Miller. Bedard, short range jumper, rolls around and drops in. 12 points for Thomas Bedard, and the Cougars climb back into this thing. They now trail by 2. Hornets up by a 65-63 margin. A minute 45 to go here in the 4th quarter. Here's Favreau from the baseline. Knight penetrates, and that one gets knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Hornets. 13 on the shot clock. And that one gets knocked away. Miller comes away with it, so we got a timeout on the floor with a minute 27 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. The Hornets with a 2-point lead, 65-63.
Ain't complaining about that.
All right, folks, we're coming out of the timeout here. Looks like we're headed for a dandy one here, just as we had up in Champlain the first time these teams met. They went into overtime. Looks like this one's going to come right down to the wire as well. There's a turnover inside. So the Hornets will have the ball, and they're going to take their time and set something up here. Cougars are going to stay back in their zone. The Hornets are going to be content to run the shot clock down. They're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is Bucci with it. He penetrates, puts the shot up, it gets contested, it hits the ground. Armstrong comes away with the loose ball. And we got another timeout. So with 42.4 ticks on the clock, we got a 2-point contest. This is the time to coach though, at this level. All right, out of the timeout here with 42 seconds to play in regulation. Cougars with the ball, trailing by 2. They're going to run that clock down and see if they can't come up with a solid possession. Here's Davison. He knocks down a 2-pointer. And we got a tie ball game. We got 22 seconds, so the Hornets can hold for the last shot. And Coach Hartman calls the timeout. 16.1 seconds on the clock, and we get a tie ball game, folks. Stick around. This one ain't over yet. All right, folks. Don't anybody get up and move, because we're in for a thrilling finish for this CVAC Division I matchup. Down to 10 seconds. Botra kicks it over for Bucci. Bucci puts the shot up off the glass, doesn't go. And we're going to overtime, folks. Trey Bucci with the last possession tried to spank one off the glass, but that one was just a little bit too hard, and Davison came up with a loose ball, so we are going to go to overtime, folks. The score not is 65-all. It'll be a 4-minute overtime, and each team gets an extra timeout. Okay, folks, hang on. We're headed for overtime. Let's make sure they're all headed the right way here, because in the last game we had a little bit of a problem with that. We got 4-minute overtime here, and they'll jump it up to get things started. The Cougars will get the ball first. Cougars are keeping it on the outside, looking for something to happen. Here's Carter. His shot gets altered inside, and Favreau comes away with the rebound. Stephen Carter had a stellar third quarter, but has been pretty quiet here in the fourth quarter and so far in overtime. Here's Knight over for Favreau. This is LaPointe. Puts it in. It's on the floor. And we're going to have a held ball. Well, the Hornets will get it on the alternating possession. Kyle LaPointe has been frustrated somewhat in this game. Only has 6 points for the normally high-scoring guard for Coach Hartman. Here's Curtis. Back for Knight. Knight's had the hot hand. Puts a floater up. Drops in. 20 points for Jordan Knight. 12 here in the second half, as the Hornets take the early advantage here in overtime. There's Miller. That one's in and out. And the Hornets control the rebound. This is LaPointe. Gets it over for Favreau. Back inside for LaPointe. Point backs in, knocks a player right off his feet. Carter gets up and gets called for the foul. That's going to be 4 on Stephen Carter. It's going to put Kyle LaPointe on the line to shoot 2. First one is good. That'll put the Cougars up by 3. I'm sorry, the Hornets up by 3. Second one's on its way. That was good. 8 points for LaPointe. We're going to put the Hornets up by 4 here with 2:19 to go in the overtime period. This is Miller. Here's Davison. He's open. Knocks that down. 16 points for Jamie Davison, as the Cougars pull back in within 1 point. There's Curtis on the inside, drives the baseline. There's a little reverse layup. Ball pops up in the air, and Miller comes away with it. Here's Davison. He drives, pulls up, knocks down a 2. And here come the Hornets back the other way. We got a minute and a half to play here in the first half. That one comes off the glass. Davison hauls down the rebound. And the Hornets hustle back on defense. Cougars slowing down the pace here. Over for Buddard. There's Davison. Chucks up the 3. Knocks it down. Jamie Davison showing some senior leadership out there with a minute 2 to play in the overtime period. Davison knocks down 3 big jumpers right in a row to put the Cougars up by 4 with 1:02 to play in this overtime. All right, folks, hang on because you're in for a ride here. 1:02 to go in this overtime period. Cougars up by 4. Here's Knight, gives it for Bucci. Bucci drives the lane, backs in, shots up a little bit too high, and we got a foul on the floor. That's going to go against Rob Armstrong, and it's going to put Justin Curtis on the line to shoot 2. 52.1 seconds on the clock. Curtis misses the first one. Second one's on its way, and that one misses. Carter with the rebound. 15 rebounds for Stephen Carter to go along with 21 points. And we got another timeout on the floor. So with 43.3 ticks on the clock, Cougars with a timeout and a 4-point lead, 73-69. All right, folks, as we come out of the timeout, Cougars with the ball. Need to get it inbound. What we got here, we got a foul on Carter. That's going to be 5 on him. So that's going to send the senior to the bench. 39.5 seconds on the clock. And we get the play inbound to Carter. He missed the short layup and somehow got called for the foul on the rebound.
They didn't make 1,000 points?
Not tonight, anyway. They get another game.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They're playing sectional. So Justin Curtis will be at the line to shoot 2. Makes the first one. Second one on the way for the senior. And that one wins out. There's LaPointe with the putback. Curtis finally gets the rebound and puts it back in. And we got a foul on the floor. So the Cougars are up by 1 point here with 31.1 seconds on the clock. And we get a substitution. The foul's going to go against Kyle LaPointe. And it's only the 6th team foul for the Hornets, so it will not be a shooting situation. Armstrong gets the ball. Gets it over for Bedard. There's Miller with it. We get it across the timeline and get it back for Miller. We got 20 seconds to go. 15.3 shots on the ticks on the clock. Hornets with the ball and a chance to go ahead. Justin Curtis will check back into the game. We got got 14.7 seconds on the clock. Down to 10. Here's Bucci. Throws it over for Favreau. Off the glass. Won't go. Shot all the way down the other end. So as the time expires, the Hornets pull out the unlikely victory, coming from 4 points down here with less than a minute to play here in overtime. Pull out a 1-point victory, 74-73, to close out the season and ruin the Cougars' undefeated season. So that's the way we saw it, and that's the way you saw it, folks. It's the way it was from Barker Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Plattsburgh High School in Plattsburgh, New York, this Tuesday evening, February 15th, 2011. We thank you for watching Hometown Cable Television. You should support.